Hi everyone, Martin Quintana of Quintana Law Group. Today we're coming live once again from the basement of my home. As you can see behind me, I've changed the background. I put none other than our beautiful American flag. I felt that it was more appropriate than a blank background, kind of boring. Anyway, here we go. So today I want to talk about a couple things. Primarily, what is it exactly that we're dealing with as far as what happens with a violation of the stay-at-home order that was put in place. So with that said, let's jump into this. So as you know, we're supposed to be able to, at this point, abide by this order voluntarily, to stay at home if we can, of course, and stay away from parks, stay away from any lakefront or bike trails, but don't congregate, of course, in large groups, because if we do, we can also be arrested. Now, the message recently was put out by Mayor Lightfoot, which I think it was basically in support, of course, of Governor Pritzker's order, which says that we cannot be just simply hanging out with others in public places. Can we go for a walk? Of course. We'll get to that. So where are we at so far? So far, it seems like at this point, Mayor Lightfoot, being as livid as she was, now has the lakefront and the 606 trails in the Chicago area are closed. And at this point, it's obviously to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus. So that goes along with city parks, playgrounds, and anything else that could potentially attract people to congregate. So obviously, now is not the time to get even more extreme, but if people that are in charge have to, then I personally am all for it, because here I am at my home with my family, and we wanted to go yesterday somewhere other than our backyard, but we were very comfortable, truthfully, being able to hang out in our backyard. We did some cooking, some grilling out, and we also had a fire pit towards the end of the night. So it was kind of nice to just simply get some fresh air. But that didn't mean that we went out to a park. Of course, my daughter wants to go to a park, but the park in our local area is closed. So that's where we're at so far. So what exactly also are the penalties that people face in violation of the stay-at-home order? So at this point, you have the ability to get warned. That's the first step. Second step is, if you don't listen to that, a repeat offender could also then be fined a $500 fine, up to $500 if you don't obey the officer who you're dealing with as far as the health order that they're discussing. And thus far, you can also have an arrest of your individual person, because if you're not in compliance, you can be very much trouble to be arrested, obviously. So where does the Chicago police get their power from? So under specific city municipal code, they get allowed to utilize the department to enforce the governor's order. Very specific language as to where they get this power from in the municipal code for Chicago. So right now, like I said, we only have one individual that we believe, at least we know at this point, that has violated, and it's clear that he was a violation of that order. It is probably around at this point, what one of the main questions is people are asking is, when is this order in effect? When does it take place? Well, I got news for you. It is in order 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There is no such thing as it doesn't work at night or in the morning or whatever. It's all the time. So we have to be very careful up until April 7th of 2020 that you are not in this category of violations for the general order. Does this mean you can't go out? Of course it doesn't mean you can't go out. You can go out, you can do what they clearly have stated as being exercise outside, you can go for a walk. You just can't congregate with a number of people. Why is that? Because if we decide at this point to voluntarily follow the law, hopefully we won't have these stringent rules and regulations that could come in due time, which I wouldn't be surprised if eventually we might get hit with a curfew of some sort that doesn't allow us to leave our homes between certain hours. So anyway, that's where we're at. I just wanted to make sure that we kind of clear the air for a couple things. I've been told that no more than 5 minutes these typical videos should go, so I'm almost at 5 minutes, but I wanted to say, listen, Martin Quintana of Quintana Law Group, 312-233-8313. If anybody has questions or needs some legal help at this point, my team are on standby to make sure we can help anybody out, okay? So once again, please stay home, stay safe, and stay connected with us. Martin Quintana of Quintana Law Group. Thank you kindly.